Hello everybody and welcome to the mid-season update video. This is the mid-season talk as we're here on the point standings up in the booth because there's a lot to catch you guys up on that has happened recently in the Sunoco Elite Series. As for the past few races, I've been kind of keeping it hidden until now. I've been wanting to keep it private between a few people until we figured a lot of the stuff out, and we definitely have figured a lot of it out, and that's why we're here today. But before we get into anything, I do want to talk about the points chase so far this season, because there's a lot that's happened compared to last season. It's been so different. This new rating system, there's so many more people that could definitely be a part of this championship than ever before. Alexander Rowe, the guy everyone expected to be the points leader at this point, is the point leader. 62 points up on a rather surprising driver, Cordell Paulson for Clever Ross Racing. That team definitely stepped it up this year with Cordell Paulson, and that's the new team leader of that team. Well, not anymore, Lorenzo Log is, but Lorenzo Log has not found his form just yet. But great job at Paulson so far this season. We'll see if his teammates can catch up with him. Brock, 2 wins on the season, almost got his third in Las Vegas. A lot of people expect him to be to end up being the championship winner at the end of the season, finally getting that season win. But there's still so much more to go. There's still huge threats all around. Like the guy Bloom, Scott Roush, who led a lot of the first 10 races. Roush is just, he's so strong, and he's finally shown it this season. He just lost his point lead to Alexander Rowe in Las Vegas, so we'll see if he can get it back. He's 96 points down in P4. Fitzwater held it really early in the season. It's kind of just been there. He hasn't done amazingly much. No wins, 2 top 5s just there. Duncan, however, is on the opposite side of the spectrum. He's had 5 top 5s this season, which is amazing. Compared to everyone else, the closest is Rowe at 4, which he's the point leader. You would expect that out of him. William Duncan is also another people. A lot of people were looking at this season to possibly make a late season charge for a championship. And then the last person who's in contention to take the points lead through Brazil is Paul Jackson, who got a second place in the first race of the doubleheader at Vegas, which is his best performance of the season thus far. So Paul Jackson definitely looking strong as this season goes on, even though he only has 1 top 5. But overall, this season has been, unpredictable. As you can see, Windhelm down there in 9th for Monarch Motorsports. A lot of people expected him to be good, but no one expected him to be this good. He's been really strong this season. Very good. He also has 1 top 5 if we look at his records here. None of them out of the points. He's not scored out of the points so far this season. That's very, very good for Hans Windhelm. Now, and Roush is on the other side of that spectrum, who now has gone 2 races in a row without scoring a single point. So that's pretty huge for his championship. That's why he's all the way down in 4th. So have a long way to go to reach Alexander Rowe and get back his point lead. You look down here, a lot of people expect to be to the front of the field this season. Lorenzo Log, Carson Bowers, Adam Vincent, Gatlin Downey, Chris Dodd, William Carlson Jr. from the start of the season won the season opener. His P20, he's not too far off, but he's still more than 2 races out. Still need a lot more than that. You need to be within 240 points to be in 2 race range, which Angel is within. Halleck is within. Anderson and Mulcher, Jones, Windhelm, and Pericles are all in the 2 race range, right through there. And then all that is 1 race range, and you got 3 race range down here, all the way down to Lorenzo Log, who's just out of 3 race range. But, oh my, Philip Scott is the one that's been the biggest shocker this season. Look at his stats. So far, he's got 1/3 in Michigan, but a lot of not scoring. He just got his first score since round 3 at Michigan, back in the first race of the doubleheader, and we'll see if he can turn it around for himself today. Turn it around for himself as the season goes on. In the late stages of the season, as we've now gone to the international races. But before we go to the international races, I do want to talk about something that will be happening this season. A lot of people weren't sure if it was happening. I wasn't sure if it was happening. We really had to plan this out, and it took a little while to get a solid system down, but we will be going to the Sunoco Royale this season. It will not be at Mid-Ohio this season, obviously. It's actually going to be an off-calendar event, meaning it's not a points race, it's for glory. So anyone involved doesn't have to worry about not qualifying and losing a bunch of points like we've had in previous seasons. That's been the biggest complaint about the Royale, is the huge implications if someone fails to qualify, and now that's out the window, and we now have a chance to really see who's the strongest in the field. We'll have one-offs. We already have a few one-offs planned. Already in the car. Tristan Wilhoit is in the car. Ryan Griffin was given a one-off ride. Vladimir Petrov was given a one-off ride. And there's a few others off the end. Ciel Van Aller, who was going to be on Money Motorsports in season 3, but was dropped. The team was dropped at the last minute, and Ciel Van Aller was kind of screwed out of a ride. This is going to be Ciel Van Aller's first career start. We'll see if he can hold on to that. But we're looking very strong. There's going to be... do I explain it now? Well, let's explain it now. So we're going to talk about the Sunoco Royale a little bit more. It is going to be taking place in Homestead. Homestead Miami Speedway was not given a chance on the schedule with Pensacola there. 2 Florida races in the schedule was not going to work. But we did get Homestead a place, and it is the Sunoco Royale this season. So we have some people locked in this season. That depends on a few factors. The reigning Sunoco Royale champion, which is down here in Audrey Baranowska's, she is locked into the Royale. She doesn't have to qualify. Winners this season, which include Alexander Rowe, William Brock. You got all the way down here Mulcher, Anderson, Halleck. Then you move down even further. You got Carlson. You got Vincent. You got Bowers. Where is he? And then you got Kuznetsov all the way down here in 33rd, who've all won a race. They're all locked into the Royale this season, along with the top 5 in points who do not have a win. That is Cordell Paulson, Scott Roush, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., William Duncan, and Paul Jackson. These 5 will also be locked into the Royale. That means with the 8 different winners, the 5 locked in through points, and then the Royale champion, that makes 14 people who are automatically locked in. Everyone else with the one-offs will have to qualify through duels. Everyone will be put into a group and split into 2 and put into duels, and they'll qualify straight through the duels. There will be no semis. There's going to be no last chance qualifier. It's just going to be the duels. And from there, we'll lock everyone in. We're going to do a full qualifying session, and then we'll come back and do a double header like we always did back in Mid-Ohio. So it is working a little bit differently this season. There are still people locked in, but some of the big shockers of the people who didn't get locked in were people like Caldwell and Finn Guy down here, who are going to have to go through the duels. 2 people no one really expected to go through the duels, along with Shepard is going to have to go through the duels. Bowers and Vince, what am I talking about? Arndt's going to have to go through the duels. Lorenzo Logg's going to have to go through the duels. Jordaron's going to have to go through the duels. But we're still going to be able to see some underdogs make it in to the Royale, like Mulcher, like Kuznetsov, stuff like that. Those people are locked in. So great job out of them. And that's actually going to be coming up next. We already have Sunoco Royale signups going on, which there's going to be a link down in the description below to a forum page to where you can sign up yourself if you'd like. That's just going to be how that works. We're going to be doing all the signing on the forum. No signing down in the comments, please. You're not going to be verified if you comment down there your ride. You're going to have to go through the forum. You're going to have to go through the teams. And you're going to have to just wait and see if you get a ride. So there's no one-off teams this season. Since the field is so tight-packed, we just wanted to have the 14 extra drivers, 1 for each team. And we're just going to have to see how that works. Recently, we're also going to be seeing a change going into the Sunoco Royale. That is going to be another team trade that just went through right before we started talking about signups for the Royale, and that is the trade between Full Frontal Motorsports' Dak Jovic and Roush Racing Enterprises' Kieran Mulcher. So this will be the last time on this leaderboard that you see Mulcher in the 35. Last time you'll see Jovic in the 40. They have switched. Jovic will be in the 35, Mulcher will be in the 40, and a lot of people are seeing some skepticism on Roush for making that move, seeing with Jovic's kind of meh performance this season, he'll be losing a substantial amount of points going in to Brazil, which is the next point scoring race, which is a new track, Armory Digital Super Speedway. Actually out of America this time. Woohoo. But yeah, so that's going to be a trade that's gone through. So that means we've had, 3 trades this season. The Clever Haas Epic Motorsports trade. We had the Monarch Scott Ganassi trade. And now we have the Full Frontal Motorsports and Roush Racing Enterprises trade. So 6 teams have lost their ability to trade. We still have 8 teams left that can trade. You're allowed to trade anytime before round 15. So we still have a few rounds to go before trading becomes unavailable. But the next thing I want to talk about, something that's really important, some big development that's happened since round 5 that's been going down, and it's been really anticipated throughout the Discord. A lot of people are getting really hyped for this, and that is that for the first time ever, the Sunoco Elite Series will be hosting a Light Series starting next season. We will be hosting the Panasonic Light Series, hosted by none other than Scott Roush himself. Roush definitely helps a lot with this series, and he's going to be helping again by hosting the Panasonic's Light Series. And he's going to be doing a lot of work now for this series, but he's already got the schedule planned out, and we plan on starting team signups relatively soon. But that was just going to be an announcement that was going to have to come eventually, but we will be hosting a Light Series. Not only that, but if you look down here, we have decided that, myself and Roush have decided that the bottom 2 teams in points at the end of the season will be knocked out of the league and will be pushed down to Lights. They'll be given an advantage in Lights, but they're still going to be in the Light Series. This means we will only have 12 teams next season. 12 teams of 3, that's 36 drivers. This will leave an opportunity open for one-offs that will appear in the season, but I have a system in mind that isn't fully confirmed yet, so we're going to get to talk about that later in the season. But this means that these bottom teams are going to have to fight. We say these 4 are going to have to fight for 2 spots in the series, which a lot of people have been saying it's going to be Sabersport and HHR, but right now HHR is outdoing Thundersport. So right now Thundersport's in that position to get knocked down into the Lights. That's going to be huge, but yeah, basically the Lights is going to be shorter schedule. I believe it's going to be a shorter field. I'm not exactly sure about that because it is technically Roush's series. I don't know everything yet. Actually, I'm not even sure if he knows everything yet. But yeah, we're going to get these team signups underway soon. The driver signups will not be until the end of the season because we still have to confirm the 2 teams dropping down to Lights. And it would be unfair to start driver signups before they got a chance to be confirmed into the series. So, driver signups is a long ways away. But the team signups is going to be happening soon for the extra teams off the end. We already have a few teams thinking about signing up. So, that'll be real fun as this goes on, as this develops. But for right now, we just want you guys to keep that in mind. Because not only will we be losing 2 teams, but we're going to be losing 6 or maybe more drivers through here, which a lot of people are predicting that people like Ray and Hurley and Faber are going to be the ones that go. And maybe a few more scattered throughout, depending on which team goes. Maybe Stucol if HHR goes. And if Thundersport goes, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the Monaco brothers, which sucks. They've been here since Season 1. Eric Monaco's won a race. He won it back in Season 1, Calder Park. Hasn't won a race since. He won that under what was William Brock Motorsports, is now Full Frontal Motorsports. As they're in the danger zone of being knocked down into Lights. From there, a few other drivers that people are expecting, possibly Audrey Baranowska's will be knocked down to lights because of past performance. Other than the Royale, she really hasn't done much. But overall, the lights have been a huge panic for a lot of people and a lot of excitement for everyone. We can pretty much guarantee at this point that these teams all the way up here, with top 10 points right now, are probably not going to be knocked into lights. It's basically coming down to Red Stallion, HHR, Thundersport, and Sabasport are the 4 teams that everyone is looking at to drop down into lights, and same with me. So we'll have to see which of those as we go on. We're going to talk about the schedule real quick because we've been going for 15 minutes. I do want to wrap this up. But we do have a schedule in mind. Give me a second. We do, in fact, have a schedule in mind. It's not posted on this points position thing, so I'm going to have to go into my files real quick. Yeah, we'll be going to a few new tracks this season. Armory Digital is the first one that's up in Brazil. We're making 2 stops in South America. Brazil and Argentina, which the Argentina race is Autodromo Nahuel Huapi. It's a very exciting road course, very recently built. So it's going to be brand new. It's a beautiful track down in Argentina. Then we're going to a place we all know well, Calder Park. Calder Park has always been an exciting race, and it'll probably always be here on the schedule. So you probably should have seen that one coming. Then we head up to Japan for Twin Ring Motegi, which is a track that is usually done by the European and Asian Touring Car Series over in Twin Ring Motegi. And it's a fairly exciting track. We'll see how that goes. Yas Marina comes in at round 15 this season. Early. It's not the finale anymore, I can tell you that. Because Yas Marina has not lived up to expectations that a lot of people in the stewards booth, a lot of people on track, all the drivers, none of them really expected it to be that boring. But then we're going to Gravis City once again, which had a nice solid race last season. We're going back there once again. Then we're heading to the last super speedway of the season at Euro Speedway in Germany. As that's another brand new track. That's the last super speedway because we have 4 super speedways, which was Pensacola and Pensacola and Talladega, and then Armory Digital and Euro Speedway. Euro Speedway, also another new track on the schedule. A lot of people very excited about Euro Speedway though. Then it's 2 speedways in a row, Rockingham and Autodrome de Paris. One new, Rockingham in the United Kingdom, and then Autodrome de Paris, a track we've been to every single season to date. As we're going back there as its second to last round, and if you hadn't put it together already, the finale is going to be hosted a double-header race in La Colina. Because La Colina has shown 2 great races twice in a row. And I could definitely see it hosting another great race this season, as this time it'll come down to the points in that very last race. But yeah, that's how the schedule is going to shape up for the rest of the season, with a lot of new tracks. So a lot of the rookies are going to have a better chance there, because it's a place where not a lot of people have been to in our group. Maybe Evgeny Kuznetsov has been to a few of them. He was a European driver back before he came to the Sunoco Elite Series, so maybe he has experience there. Maybe we'll see Evgeny Kuznetsov come up through the order a little bit more. Benoit Ervin was a European Touring Car Series driver. We'll see if Benoit Ervin can start to put on a charge in these tracks. It just comes down to experience here. Not a lot of people have experience on a lot of these tracks, so it's going to be very fun this season. But after a very long 20-minute update video, again, if you haven't signed up, the driver signups are open, so go down into the description below into the Sunoco Royale signups for Season 4. Sign up there. Do not sign up on this video. Sign up on the forum. If you do not have an account, make one. But sign up your driver. 2 going out of character here. You're allowed 1 driver per person, because we don't really we want some people to have at least a chance to get a driver in. 2 drivers per person would just be a little unfair. But yeah, be sure to sign up for that. And then Homestead is going to be a very exciting race before we head out international to get to the second half of the season. But until the Sunoco Royale begins over in Homestead Miami Speedway, we will see you next time. Ciao.